Okay, hello, this is me, C-kipp, joined by Razzy, and
What's good?
yeah, this is our draft analysis for the CMM's Wi-Fi division run by Muffin. So yeah, this time we are playing in Ubers. It's the Ubers format, and as you can see on screen right here, for first pick we decided to pick up Lunala.
Go, bro. I mean, it's like 4 times a week to what? Dark.
Yeah,
But
it is
it's
four
fine.
times a week to Dark and Ghost. Some say it's kind of a fraud legendary, but I mean, I think we have a good team to make it work. I just got a sample set here. It can set up with Calm Minds, agilities for like, if you want to set up. It also gets like Moonlight for good recovery, and Shadow Shield is obviously an amazing ability as it reduces how much damage it takes when it's at full HP by half, so basically
Pretty
multi-scale.
much, yeah, it's better multi-scale. Also, it is pretty bulky. Is it fast or is it slow? I can't remember.
It has 97 speed, which, I mean, it's
Not too
alright.
bad.
It's not the best, but
Um,
it's like,
yeah, it's not.
well,
Also, it
97,
hits very hard, right?
yeah, 137 special attack, also 137 HP. I think its speed is like, it's not great, but it's good enough where it can also be run as a choice scarfer, so that's interesting.
Yeah. Also, you can trick, so it can
Oh
like
yeah, trick.
cripple ones, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not really too sure about Lunana. Lunana, I've never used it.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the things that I wanted to use were taken, especially Mewtwo. I really wanted to try using that out. I do think Lunala is worse, but um, it's interesting to see how I'll be able to use it. It also, Moongeist Beam hits very hard. It gets a lot of coverage for some reason. Also gets Moonblast because it's like the moon.
pretty
And
much.
yeah, it also gets Focus Blast, but you will never catch me run that move because, God, I'm gonna
I've never
miss
missed
every
that
single
move, I can't
time.
lie. It's
And
not me to miss, bro.
yeah, just a skill issue if you miss it, really. So, for next Pokemon,
Um,
we decided to draft Zamazenta Crowned. It doesn't show it here, but oh well. Now Zamazenta Crowned is item locked into the Russ's Shield, but it also gets a very useful Steel typing on top of it. To be honest, I know a lot of people think that base Zamazenta is better. I think they're kind of around the same. I do just like that. Obviously, Zamazenta Crowned has a lot better stats, and just overall a pretty reliable switch into most moves.
yeah. Also, it's very bulky, as you said, with IM defense, body press. Like, a lot of mons do not take that well, even if it's resisted. I've seen that like firsthand. Also, 138 is very, very fast.
Yeah, I think it's
That's what I was
128 in its crown form. I think, which
I think it might be more when it's not
yeah,
in
yeah.
the yeah.
So I think that's
My
why
fault.
that's an argument why the base form is better. But yeah, it also gets like stab, heavy slam, and he has a whole ass shield on him. So that's usually just going to be max 120 power because he's so heavy. So that's also very nice.
Yeah.
And
He also gets yeah, good coverage, crunch, um, wild charge, stuff like that, you know.
yeah, like ghost types could potentially be quite annoying, but of course we have crunch for coverage. Heavy slam is still gonna hit them very hard, or most of the time, unless they're like Goldengo or something. But I mean, like
Yeah.
that also just gets blown up by Lunala, right? So that's cool. I think it has very good typing synergy with Lunala. Also, with 128 base speed, it's pretty fast, and Also, it covers for a lot of Lunala's weaknesses, which I like.
Yeah, it's always good to have like a good offensive core to start the draft, you know.
So after that, I decided to draft Terra Enamorus. Now this isn't a Pokemon I've really gotten to use before. Of course, Fairies are very good offensive typing, and yeah, with Terra we can have lots of different Terra types: Terra Fairy, Terra Flying, Terra Blast, maybe Terra Ground, Earth Power, or Terra Stellar, Terra Blast with Contrary.
Yeah, with free Terra, it kind of depends on the matchup, which is always really good. Because I feel restricted Terra on this is good, but like it just makes the Pokemon like way better, you know.
Yeah, I totally get that. Also, Choice Scarf is a very good item in this, and like, I'm going to be honest, if it's ever like, if it was there to like revenge something which we've already taken down, we could just go for a Healing Wish, and just, one of the main weaknesses of say Zamazenta is that it doesn't have any recovery, so this will not only heal it back up to full, but also cure it of any status conditions, which is also, one of its main weaknesses.
Yeah. Also, because it's so fast, it's probably gonna Healing Wish then quicker than most Pokemon that use it besides Shaman. I don't know if anyone drafted Shaman, but that's probably the best one.
Yeah, I think both Shaman and Shaman Sky did get drafted. I don't think you've seen. Have you seen any of the other teams, Razzy?
No.
Oh, okay. So funny thing, Marquee decided to draft a Mono Flying, which is very interesting. They have Ho-Oh and Shaman Sky, along with I think Terra Gliscor, Corviknight, and some other stuff which I can't really remember.
Interesting. I mean, they're not like completely weak to rocks, but they need to watch out for that for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think quite a lot of time you'll be rocking out with like 4 heavy duty boots, which isn't exactly ideal when you don't have like the best offensive synergy in your team since they're all flying types, but I'm interested in seeing how it goes. Yeah, unfortunately I don't play them in the season. Sad.
Also, with Stability Contrary, they can run a physical set with superpower, so it can boost its defense and attack. Also, Terra Blast, Stella also does the same.
Yeah, because it also boosts its attack and special attack. I'm not sure why it would lower those stats in the first place. Kinda seems unnecessary, but for Enamorus it's really cool.
Yeah.
So after that, we were able to pick up Terrapagos. Now I was actually able to get this in a trade. How? I'm not sure. It's just, but yes, it's a very useful Pokemon here. It also has great synergy with our team, as you know, it can hit harder, has lots of options. It can Stealth Rock, and most of all, it's also a Rapid Spinner, which is very useful for this team, and a good one at that, because I'm not using something like Serena, which is just not gonna do anything, especially in Ubers, let's be honest.
There's so many good ghost types, especially in Ubers, that can spin block you. And this Pokemon, they really can just like kill those good spin blockers, so it can like freely spin, you know?
Yeah, of course Lunala hits them super effectively, but it also gets like, as well as a very strong Terra Starstorm, which is 120 power, great coverage, gets Earth power, I think Dark Pulse. I'm not sure what else it gets, but it gets a lot. And yeah, also, it's for some reason in its baby form here, even though you can't actually use it, I don't even think it gets shut off by neutralizing gas or anything, so it's just completely useless. But
I guess like for Plushy, bro.
Yeah, the plush form goes crazy, but in its like actual form, it gets the Bertie Terra Shell, which means that we can survive. Which means when we are 4 HP, whatever attack we take will be not very effective, so it's actually even better than Shadow Shield on Lunala. And
Yeah.
also, if we have, say, heavy duty boots, we can always get a rapid spin off no matter what, because we should be able to eat any hit. And also between like Dauntless Shield's defense boost on Zamazenta, Shadow Shield and a Terra Shift, I think it'll be pretty hard just to sweep this team because of some of these crazy boost sweepers, sweeper Ubers can often just like set up once and run through a whole team, but we have quite a lot of counterplay to it, I guess.
Also, it gets rock polish and calm mind, so it can sweep as well.
Yeah,
Which but you can also choose rapid spin.
yeah,
it really depends.
I know some people don't like using rapid spin on Terrapagos. They think it's like you want to run other moves, but I'm just like, no, that rapid spin's like the whole reason you have this guy.
Yeah. Also, it can obviously rock, which is always good.
Yeah, Stealth Rocks is also very useful.
Yeah.
Like 85.
Set up rocks? Can Lunala set up rocks? I don't know.
No. Yeah. Also, like 85 isn't like the best speed tier, but especially at like +1, you'll be surprised how much you'll be outspeeding. So often you don't even need rock polish. You could just go like rapid spin and like calm mind and start doing a lot of damage to their team.
Yeah, it can do that really easily because it's very, very bulky. I think it's got like 105 defense and then good HP, and I don't know its exact spread, but I know it's pretty good in defense, you know?
Yeah, its HP and defenses are either 105 or 110, don't exactly remember, but I know they're pretty good. So,
yeah.
After that, we decided to get Deoxys Speed. I'm going to be honest, not sure how I got this one either. Our team is looking pretty nasty right now. And yeah, it's just really good. It gets a lot of hazards, obviously Stealth Rock spikes. As its name suggests, it's incredibly fast, 180, which means with Deoxys we'll never not have the speed advantage unless they have like a Regieleki or something.
Yeah.
There's actually a Terra Regieleki, I believe, in this league. Luckily I don't face that, so that's cool. And yeah, it can just hold a focus sash as a lead. It can also set up dual screens, light screen reflect, or be an offensive threat with nasty plot, psycho boost and its coverage, or maybe even a meteor beam power herb set. And of course knockoff
also
is just useful, yeah.
I think it can T-wave as well. It can do some niche stuff like what's it, cosmic power, something like that.
Oh yeah, it gets recover as well, so cosmic power recover sets. Not sure I'll be bringing any of those, but it'll be interesting if I do.
Yeah.
It's also just like really reliable as a revenge killer. The Deoxys I have here is in Japanese for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, overall, it is pure psychic type. It's not the best, but I mean, like, most of the time it's not really gonna matter too much. A stab psycho boost is nice, but yeah, maybe having overlapping weaknesses with Lunala isn't quite the best.
I mean, it doesn't usually matter because you most of the time you're gonna be focus sash or you're gonna live a hit and then do something. So
Yeah,
you
fair
don't always
enough.
need to be like. It doesn't really matter stacking most of the time.
Yeah, it only has like 50 base HP, but because often the time you literally don't need to run any speed because you just naturally outspeed everything, you can just afford to go max HP and become surprisingly bulky.
Yeah.
So after that, I got Araquanid. Pretty much everyone told me not to, but I kind of had no idea what else to pick, so I decided to get it.
Yeah, it gives you good webs. It gives you a fire answer, water absorb too, really strong hydro pump of even base 50 special attack.
Yeah,
Since water bubble boosts that a ton.
water
Other than that,
the water
I don't
bubbles
really know.
broken ability. It just like doubles the powerful water moves. Sticky webs, of course, really valuable in a Uber's format, and we also have a great spin blocker in Lunala. And
Yeah,
I mean, sticky webs plus water move is mostly what it does most of the time, but it also gets some cool niche options like infestation, mirror coat, or endeavor.
yeah. Also, I think it gets lunge. Is it lunge where
Oh
it
yeah, it
lowers
gets
the
lunge
speed,
as well, so maybe. It's quite a
or it lowers the
straightforward
attack?
mon, but it's just
Yeah, it kind of does
reliable,
its job.
has great defensive stats, has especially great special defense stat, and yeah, it's just overall a very good defensive mon, especially since we've kind of got all the offense we could want on our team already.
Yeah,
So after that, we decided to get Ogapon Cornerstone. Obviously, with Sturdy, we're just gonna make sure that the opposing team can never sweep us. So that's cool. With the Mask, Ivy Cudgel becomes a rock type move, so that's cool. Wood Hammer can also do a lot of damage because the Mask also boosts the power by 20% on. I guess it's just all moves, which is interesting.
yeah.
It can also just be like lead spikes, as we get another hazard setter, or we can like live a hit and spike up, live with Sturdy, and then just U-turn out and potentially get it in later, or sack it to gain momentum.
Or you could do the best set: spike, counter, and then just like Ivy Cudgel.
Does this guy get counter?
It does actually.
Yeah.
I use counter. I spike and then I let
Oh
them
yeah,
one
wow, it does.
counter there. Yeah.
It also gets like, I guess, Encore, which is another useful support move for our team.
Also, you get play rough, so I guess fighting types aren't as bad for it, but still is weak.
Yeah, I think oftentimes we can just afford to lead it. Obviously, offensively it's great. It's two types that are very helpful. Rock is a great offensive type, and Grass gives us a type which can hit water super effectively. And it also has a pretty decent speed here in 110, and I think that's pretty much all it with Ogapon. And after this, we decided to get Tinkerton. Well, this was yeah.
Originally, it was Class Key,
Yeah.
but kind of iffy which one is better. But yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
I
into
think
it.
I just decided that Tinkerton had. Because I think I prefer just having, rather than a Pokemon that can become bulkier. Well, obviously Tinkerton also gets dual screens. Klefki has Prankster, but Tinkerton has more immediate bulk, which makes it a better switch in. Because while our team is great offensively, its defenses are kind of questionable. So just having a great typing and a great switch in without having to worry about that is also good. Also, I think just with how my team ended up, I preferred having Stealth Rocks over Spikes, just because I had more Spikers on my team.
Also, gives us Encore and T-Wave, two things that is very good in Ubers, because first of all, there's a lot of fast Pokemon in Ubers already, so them being crippled with T-Wave is not very good. Also, they're going to try setup, and Encore can stop that.
Yeah, it's just another very useful utility mon. Gigaton Hammer still does a lot of damage because even though Tinkerton has a base 75 attack, that move is broken and just does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Oh, wait. No, wait, there's another thing. It gets knockoff as well.
oh yeah, it
That's
also
the
gets
thing.
knockoff. Just even more support for the team. Maybe knock off some key items, heavy duty boots, because we've got a lot of hazard stack on our team. And
Mhm.
yeah, it just Steel Fairy is phenomenal typing. And yeah, next we decided to get Overquill. I also got this kind of in a trade. I kind of kept begging them to drop it because they already had a dark and a poison type. That somehow worked. Is it that should you do that in your draft leagues? Probably not, but hey, it worked.
So basically, it gives us another spiker and a grounded poison, which is very good because often some Pokemon drafts they get a very bad poison like Swellow or Muck,
Yeah.
where they can just be T-spiked most of the time. Also gets T-spikes itself, which is very good. So yeah.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. Intimidate, obviously, also useful. I did decide that I wanted this over Alolan Muck because Alolan Muck for some reason doesn't get toxic spikes. Why I could not tell you. But it also gives us just normal spikes, toxic spikes. Destiny Bond is also very useful. If they say we can say we get up our hazards, and we can also take out a threat that is probably more offensively threatening than Overquill is, and also gets some cool options like Barbarage, which is a move that I believe only it and the Quillfish and regular Quillfish can use, which does double damage if the opposing Pokemon is poisoned, so that is interesting. And
Yeah, I can't lie, I don't know what else it does, but it's a pretty good utility mon for the team. Gives us a lot of roles in that way, you know.
yep, and so at this point we only had a few points left, and if you look at my team, yeah, our opponents can kind of just like spam Volt Switch. So we decided to get the best ground type, the best Terror Captain at Trapinch. Now, this Pokemon, it has some niche uses. Obviously, something like Choice Band, Terror Bug, First Impression can do a lot of damage. Arena Trap is also a great ability, even though this one for some reason doesn't have it. So if I ever bring it, let's try and not make that mistake. And I guess it can also potentially take out certain Ubers. Am I coping? Maybe, but with like First Impression, even Faint is priority if, say, they live with a Focus Sash, or even just like Stab Earthquake if they just have like no ground resist for some reason.
Also, you know why I like this Pokemon? Because, not to like plug or anything, but 35 pokes, like it's a demon in that format.
Oh yeah, I recently joined it. I played some of the last metagame as well, the June one. I'm not really sure what happened before then, but yeah, it's pretty fun. So, you know, if anyone watching this thinks it's interesting, you may as well join.
Yeah, 35 pokes, you know.
Yeah, I was a Doug Trio, a Lola Believer.
For real. But I think this is like 1-2 points, so pretty good value for that. So yeah.
So for our final pick, we had 1 point left, so I decided to get Terra Squawkabilly, baby. Let's go.
Final Gambit, bro.
Yeah, this guy is literally a Star Raptor. Honestly, like, man, Star Raptor fell off so hard. If 1 point Squawkabilly is doing the exact same job as you are, I don't know what to say, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It kind of like not first, final gambits, and then just wins, bro. Because
Yeah, we
I don't
just
know what else it really does.
yeah, choice
But
scarf, a
like,
final gambit. I was looking for like a 1 pointer or 2 pointer which had, you know, an actual niche. Um, which was quite hard. We did already have webs, but also other people were picking up 1 or 2 point sticky web users. And then I saw Squawkabilly and Final Gambit. I thought it was just too funny not to use. I have had a look.
yeah,
It also gets like has a pretty decent HP, I believe, like something like 80, which is actually surprisingly high. And um,
yeah.
hopefully,
Most
it'll actually
Pokemon.
do something. If it's able to take out an Uber's Pokemon, that'll be very funny.
I mean, most Pokemon in this format will have more HP, but there are
Yeah.
some Pokemon that have higher defense but lower HP. I don't know how that works. Does it go off the HP or everything?
um, it's the same amount of HP that Squawkabilly has. It does in damage. So if we have, as you can see, 305 HP here, it will do 305 damage to the opponent, while also knocking itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's our draft analysis, guys. Say hello to C-kipp. And how will our season go?
So
Yeah. I mean, I like my
I
team
think
quite a lot, but yeah.
I think the issue of no good ground might be a bit of an issue, like in
Yeah,
the future.
potentially. Luckily, I don't face Reggie because, I'm going to be honest, I am so cooked if that happens. um,
Yeah. Nah, bring Trapinch and this would. Actually, no,
yeah,
I can Terra in that mind.
yeah, Reggie is such a fraud, he'll just die to a first impression trust.
Nah, for real. But I think this is a good Ubers draft.
Yeah,
I don't have Showdown up, so I can't check any of like speed or anything. But I think it's a good offensive, good speed tier. You know,
yeah,
not too slow, not
it's
too
quite
fast. You
an
know?
offensive team. I really like it. I do like playing an offensive playstyle, to be fair. And it just has like incredible breakers, and also with like our last few picks we got some good defensive options, which my team kind of needs because like top 5 is just very offensive. But I do think it's going to be fun. Will I throw this season? Probably. But I'm looking forward to
I
it.
mean, I would, bro.
Nah,
But yeah,
yeah. Thank you for watching, and thank you Razzy as well for joining me for my draft
alright.
analysis. Peace.
Thank